right. Good day, good day. It's been a while. A very, very long while. As you can tell from my hair, though. I'm, I look absolutely fucking insane, but it is what the job requires. I don't know what that job is, but it is what the job requires, all right? So we have a new friend. Hold up. As you can see, he is very, very affectionist. He's a male, by the way. So that's kind of gay, what he does. But I've read or I've seen. I've read, as I said, I've read or I've seen somewhere on the internet, obviously, that male cats are more affectionate than female cats, which explains it because he's way more affectionate than Gigi. So, yeah. Then I've only had him for a month ish by now. So, yeah, that explains a lot of stuff. Either way, uh, the camera, hold up, hold it still. Either way, the reason why I've been off for this such long time, get up, is one, yeah, is to be honest, I wanted to take advantage of the summer, right? I wanted to take a rest. I wanted to savor the summer because the working my ass off season is rolling by, potentially September, October, until God knows when I'm gonna have my next resting period. So I wanted to savor this as much as I can. And the second reason is whenever I try to edit these videos, my laptop fucking screams and my laptop screams. It's like the fans are fanning way too much, right? And I don't like that. And as you can see, if you can tell, if you've watched my other videos, you can see that I am slightly uncomfortable in this video because, to be fair, it's been a long ass fucking time since my last video. It's becoming months each video, and my videos are one of the easiest, if not the easiest, online. So get the fuck up, man. Hey, this nigga. Either way, well, the thing that I can say is big things are coming, right? Big things are coming up, and I sense that the times that are rolling by are going to be my hardest times in my life. From an area of, me working, as the young kids of this generation call it, locking in. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be so very tough. So, savoring this period of time where I do nothing, absolutely nothing whatsoever, is good. It's something rather admirable. Not admirable, something you look back to and you enjoy. Uh, what I, if you have asked, though you haven't, the things that I've been doing in my leisure time is basically playing chess, drawing, and being on the phone. I mean, my screen time has never been this high before, like ever. So it explains things. Chess wise, I've reached 1530, which is amazing considering like 3 months ago it was 1100. So yeah, just a couple of weeks of playing, playing daily, maybe an hour each day. I got to 1500, which is very good. Yeah, and drawing is going really, really well as well. I'm loving it. Although I haven't drawn today or yesterday or even the day before. I need to work on that. Maybe I will draw today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. Well, what I do know is that although I'm not doing much this summer, besides going on walks, meeting up with friends, and just laughing our asses off of memories in high school. Nothing, no, nothing much really. I haven't been going to the gym lately, and I haven't been training, which is fucked up. I'm entering, I think, my third month. I am entering my third month without going to the gym at all whatsoever. I've been training. I have been training at home, but not as consistently. Okay, not as consistently. I'm not trying to push myself because my wrist has never been in a worse condition than what it is right now. I could do pull-ups, arguably. Yeah, I could do pull-ups. But fuck it. We're resting. We're resting. Yeah, I need to lock in, as the kids say. I need to work. What can I say? Resting like this is enjoyable. Like it really is. I recommend it to anybody who's wanting to take a time off before sprinting. You know, because as it is known, as it is said, there exist seasons to life. Seasons where you love, season where you're being loved, seasons when you're going through hardship, seasons when etc etc etc. So appreciate it and be thankful for it. This grace of being alive, this grace of experiencing what you're going through right now. Because you'll never ever go through the same thing ever again. Because you will not be the same person, even if the circumstances and choices you've made are the same. You're not the same person who goes through the same experience twice. Not sure if that's understandable, but yeah. Uh, it takes what, maybe like 6 to 7 minutes for me to roll in and be comfortable again with the camera. Doesn't take much, because it isn't much. You're just opening up your phone and speaking your thoughts. That has never been. I would say it has been uncomfortable for me. I've grown to say meh. I'd say like whatever. It doesn't matter. It still is uncomfortable, as you can clearly see, and it still is something I need to work on. But yeah, I have been writing, not as consistently, but I have been writing. Not that I ever was consistent in my writing, because I'm not the type of person who writes just to sharpen the skill of writing as is. I write to express, and expressing sort of takes some time for me to fill up to that level for me to express. You know, usually it is just me talking to myself when it's merely nothing. Yeah, if it's a big thing or a thing that I sh- think that I should write down, yes, I sit down and I write down. It is not a wise decision to make. No, it is not. I do not advise you to do such thing, which is to not write it consistently. If you're going through things, if you're going through life as is, I advise you to write. Grab a notebook, grab a pen, and just pour yourself into the paper. Doesn't matter how awful it is. Doesn't matter how many grammatical mistakes it contains. Because at the end of the day, You're the only one who's gonna read it. You're the only one who's gonna understand it because you're the only one who's going through it. So yeah, I've talked about this many times, but pen and paper can very well be your best friend because you just pour yourself into it. There's nothing that is judging you or telling you do this or do that or whatever. It's just you with yourself, for yourself, to yourself. I'm growing my hair. If you can notice, last summer I intended on growing my hair, but it reached this point. I believe it reached this point, and I didn't commit, and I cut it off. I cut it back off. Eh, I don't regret it. I don't regret decisions, or at least I try. There come seasons in my life where I regret things, but then I grow and say to myself, okay, it's probably for the best that it happened that way. At least now I know that this I know what I need to do next time. Okay, so I try to see it that way. So long story short, I don't regret things, or at least I try to not regret things. But yeah, this summer I believe I'm committing, or at least I hope I'll commit. Uh, I've always wanted to grow my hair, although my hair hasn't been quite the nicest. But it's not the nicest. Um, my hair hasn't really been uh, the silkiest in that matter, or the thinnest, or the best looking. It's harsh, it's clumsy, it's wrinkled, and it's kind of curly, as you can see here. Tuning up a video for me to talk about my hair. Damn, this is crazy, dude. Oh, yeah, that's besides my hair. Another thing I wanted to talk about is my vision. It has never changed, never stopped. But I've made I did a reflection maybe yesterday or the day before. Just this, okay? Even when I was younger, I've always thought to myself, yes, I'm going to be successful in what I see as being successful, right? And as I grew older a bit, I started listening to, non-Muslim entrepreneurs and stuff like that. And they always say have faith in yourself. So that grows courage, that grows belief, that grows all that. And with time, you realize that as you go back to the roots of your religion, to me as being a Muslim, when you grow back and when you think back to the roots, it is all the trust of God. It is all putting faith in God and yourself as well. But God comes first. But for me, it wasn't like that. It wasn't faith in God or whatever is that. So my faith was quite shaky, I'd say, at best shaky. So I put belief and faith in myself, and that grew my ego. That made me arrogant. Okay, and that's something you never want as a Muslim or as a person in general. You want to be humble to God and to other people. So listening to scholars, listening to people of Deen, listening to those who know better than I do in religion, I've came to the realization that I need to put my faith in God, which I'm trying to do. I like to think that I'm doing, but at best, that is what I'm trying to do. Okay. So the thing is, here's my point. When I talk, I rarely do ever talk, in spite of the camera. I'm saying, I rarely do ever talk about my vision or my this or my that, and whenever I do so, it's full with courage, it's full with belief, it's full of confidence that I say like this. I'm going to be this. I'm going to have this. I'm going to be here, and the geographical location, not here, but somewhere else. I'm gonna be there, and yeah, and most people take that as being cocky, as because it is, but it really isn't. It is just putting faith in God and in yourself. And whenever, if I ever talk about that, and I say, and I truly do mean it. I am not afraid of the future. Like, I just am not. I am confident of my place. I'm confident that I will be the man that I always wanted to be. Right? Whenever I say that, people usually hit me with, "You don't know what you're talking about. You're just ignorant." Right? It's like a necessity to be afraid of the future. It's like something that you should have, something that is required for you. to have. The fear of future, the uncertainty. Yes, my future is uncertain. Yes, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yes, I don't know what's gonna happen of me. Yes, I don't know how or when or whatever is gonna happen in the future. But I am confident in God and in myself and in my ability to at least try to achieve what I want to achieve. So that courage is backed up by the mosquitoes. That courage is backed up by beliefs and trust. Back then, it was backed up by merely nothing. It was backed up by things that just push my ego and my self-inflated image to its limits, and I will be a cockier, more arrogant, just not a good person because I haven't been basing my beliefs and my trusts in something that is tangible and something that is freeing and something that is such as God, such as Allah. So whenever you put your faith in God and you humble yourself, you say, okay, I'm going to work. I'm going to leave the rest for God because it is up because success as we mean it comes from God. It doesn't come from our actions. The only thing we're responsible is for we're the only thing we are responsible for is our actions, you know. We can only control that. We can only control whether we do the work, whether we sit down and blame whatever it may be, situations, country, people, whatever it may be, right? So as I was saying, no, the least, the most that we can do is just work and let it to God. And when you do that, you admit that it isn't in your ability, it isn't in your capability to be successful, and that makes you humble. I hope it does make you humble because if it isn't, you're doing something wrong. That makes you humble, and in general, that makes you a better person, a more sane person, a more person, decent person. Well, so that's my point, which is we've all been influenced by Western mentalities and stuff that take God out of the equation, that put everything on our shoulders. At the end of the day, we're just humans. We're just human beings born with tendencies to worship, tendencies to naturally inflate our capabilities, naturally do this and naturally do that. And whenever we point our tendencies to the wrong sides, whenever we start worshiping this dunya, whenever we start worshiping other gods, because there isn't other gods, there's only one God, there's only whatever. That's not my conversation here, okay? We're going to be fucked in the least of the words, right? So yeah, that is my thought for this day, or for this night, or for this whatever evening. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this wasn't too long for you. I will be back, certainly, inshallah. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, because today is the 14th of August, 2025. It is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, and this presumably will be uploaded in Friday. Today, I'm not sure, right? Whenever this is up, it is up. Whenever you see this, you're seeing it, so yeah. Uh, Take care of yourself. Now I will be back in the next video. Presumably the next video, we'll be able to talk about what's my next move or my next moves, because I'm not quite comfortable talking about my next moves right now at this moment. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, and goodbye. Take care of yourself.